Hey, what's going on, guys? It's me, Train Man, and welcome back to the weekly timetable for the week of July 26th, 2015. And this is actually after midnight, so the clock says 27th. But the clock's wrong about a handful of things, one of them being... well, the clock's actually right. I'm the one that's wrong. I'm screwing it up. Anyways. We have not had a full complement of videos as of late, so I'm just going to go over the ones that came out since I was gone, and exactly what's coming in a few hours from now and in the coming week. This is raw footage, by the way. I'm sure you guys have realized already. I promised that I'd get the Zombie Train episode up before the timetable came out, and that, of course, meant delaying the timetable so that I kept my promise. I know it's kind of a backhanded way to do it, but it gets the job done. Anyways. Oops. Missed that. Anyways, a while ago, I'm not going to go on exactly what happened first. I talked about the Train Mountain debrief last time. The podcast is coming. It's on the way. Don't worry about it. Firstly, we had Terraria Episode 2, The Eye, and this marks its returning as a sort of recurring series. And we'll definitely see more of it because I have plenty of it in the backlog. The problem is I need to get a decent... intro and thumbnail. I actually need to get a Factorio thumbnail as well. I made a Factorio intro earlier today, just because I sort of had to. There was an update to Factorio, updating to version 0.12, and that added some stuff. I'm actually not entirely sure what it added, but it added some stuff, so... I don't know. I'll figure it out. I'm sure I'll figure it out because I had to delete everything. So we're starting as on a new world Wednesday, I guess it is. So we'll see that on Wednesday. We'll see what's new for us in version 0.12. And I got an intro and I'll get a thumbnail. But in Terraria Episode 2 we had the Eye, and this was a chance encounter with the Eye of Cthulhu that we were just sort of dicking around, and I had to engage emergency recording. Because it was like, this is our one shot, you know, this opportunity comes within a lifetime. So, yeah, it actually went pretty great, I'll say. The first couple of times Cthulhu showed up, the Eye of Cthulhu showed up, we got wrecked. So, I was amazed that we managed to get through it this time, probably because this time I finally had the Undertaker. And blap blap. You know. Anyways, the following video was Trainman Plays Crusoe's Locomotion, episode 189, Tunnel Vision. Is this, we build our first tunnel? Yeah, that's what it is, isn't it? We do that. I think. Is it? Hold on. Is this as far back as I thought it was? Because I could have sworn it was a little bit more up to date than that. No, it must be, we build our first tunnel, because why else would I name a, No, this isn't that. Is it? I don't know, it looks like I just built this tunnel, but... Yeah. I built that tunnel pretty much first thing in the episode. Tunnel vision, we have our first tunnel, we have our first, like, interesting sort of system, and it's all turning out pretty well, as a matter of fact. And our system's getting bigger, and you'll see that next episode, which we'll get to shortly, because this is a lot of videos to catch up on. Next we had Trainman Plays Factorio, episode 100... wow, no, we definitely didn't bang out 100 episodes in, like, a day. Trainman Plays Factorio, episode 7, Undefended Walls. Now, we had a big base, and a lot of those were just single tile thick, single block thick stone walls that didn't have turrets behind them, because turrets are costly in the way of power. So I guess it's comeuppance that the aliens got to these walls and almost destroyed them before I could reinforce them with turrets. But that was a bit of a harrowing moment for me. I didn't know if we were going to be able to... if you notice, I think I started frantically placing turrets down sort of all over the place in preparation for the walls being breached. Because I thought we were just going to have aliens all over the base. It turned out it was just two biters clawing at the walls. In Space Engineers, we had Space Engineers episode 49, Minesweeping. This was a fun one. Unfortunately, I'm not sure when the next time we'll be able to record Space Engineers is, but That's why you didn't get one this week. I sort of ran out. Now, and I ran out, and O'Gillies is in Vegas, and TBA is MIA. So, I don't really feel like recording Space Engineers on my own. So, and by the time I realized the backlog was gone, it was too late anyways. But I was a little bit busy. I talked about that on the podcast, why I was so busy. I was actually, here's my my badge for Fiat Lancia Unlimited for the Cortile Cup, the Italian vintage car race, and the Pittsburgh vintage car races. So that was really, really cool. I can show some pictures and videos of that next terminus. I didn't have them handy for this one. Then we had Terraria Episode 3, In the Jungle. I could have alternatively called it Welcome to the Jungle, and that's probably what I was really thinking of, but I was watching a bunch of Rucka Rucka Ali parodies of things, so In the Jungle is sort of what came to mind, and that's what the episode title became. And this is, we go into the jungle in search of, well, stuff, really. I think I get, I get a boomstick at one point. I'm not sure if it's on camera, though. And I keep alternating between the Undertaker and that, because I'm really not sure which one I like better. They're a pair of really great guns. I get a kick out of using both of them. The Undertaker simply because it's The Undertaker, and the boomstick because it's an effing shotgun. And it kills things, and it's great. Then we had another episode of Trainman Plays Cursori's Locomotion, episode number 190, Maintenance of Way. I found this episode interesting because we make a maintenance of way train, and of course it doesn't maintain anything, but the point of the maintenance of way train is to actually just sort of take up a signal block so that the trains don't go certain directions when I'm sort of sorting out a line. And we're going to have to do some tricksy things with sidings and this, that, and the other. Also, we started our very own Steamtown, once again. We actually just started more like rip tracks because I decided I'm not getting rid of anything in this playthrough. So we're going to have to find good use for everything. And then finally we had Train Fever episode 56, better late than ever, of course, but Left Out. Left Out. There is something we missed in our one line at a time strategy, and it's a little town down in the corner of the map that I never even noticed before. And it's honestly a pretty good size, but it's just so far out of the way. I'm honestly contemplating not building a route to it and just sort of pretending it doesn't exist. So we'll see how that turns out, but I do work a lot more on our good systems and things of that sort, so check that out. And finally, it's uploading right now, the Zombie Train episode 131. Let's give it a title. It is called Connections, because this is the first Connections prep. I go crazy from grass, so I build some gray instead. I know it's not really explanatory, but that's just kind of what comes to mind. Hold on, let me get the thumbnail in here. There you go. And add some tags. And there are some tags, and maybe one more. No, one more. Time lapse. There we are. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed that video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And I will see you next week. Trainman out.